Hey everybody, this is my second whole day in the Netherlands, and it was a pretty full day. I had my first day of official class. I had a 20-minute bike commute to StrongFit HQ, and that was pretty interesting. If you've never been to the Netherlands, they're really big on bicycles, and there are some sections where you just have to be really careful because you just might die. The people here in Utrecht are ruthless on their bikes. They just go, and it's chaos. And yeah, so thankfully I made it all the way. I didn't die, didn't run into anything, didn't get run over. There were a couple times when I thought I was gonna, cause yeah. Anyway, class was awesome. We did some review of some material, and then we did a workout and did some experimenting and stuff like that. So that was super cool. Rode home, got to take a midday nap, which was super awesome. And then I went for a stroll around the neighborhood, kind of looking around. Got some food, and then I went to the climbing gym and got to check that out. It was really nice. It was a really big space. It had a bar. The first thing I noticed when I walked in is they had beer taps, and they had a coffee area and like leather couches, all the things. It was super cool. There's a whole bunch of people hanging out. But if I were to sum up that climbing gym with one word, I would say reachy. And the truth is that people here in Amsterdam, Dutch people in general, are very tall. So there were some relatively easy grade climbs that I physically couldn't do because my arm span was just too short. I mean, I don't want to make excuses, but it was literally, there was one move where I had to have one hand out here and one hand reaching for this, and like my feet were really good, but I literally physically couldn't reach the rocks. And yeah, so reachy. Other than that, I had a ton of fun and just ordered Uber Eats. I got some sushi. Yes. And some more sushi. And one thing that's really interesting is they actually give you these little bottles of soy sauce. That's kind of cool. And then you got some ginger and your wasabi. None of that stuff I use. I just like to let the fish speak for itself. Anyway, thought for the day. What was my thought for the day? I had a thought for the day. Dang it, what was my thought for the day? Stand by. Oh, yes, I remember. Here's a human tendency. If something is going slow enough, we tend to not see it. Let me give you an example. If you take a frog and you put it in lukewarm water in a pot, and you slowly heat up the water to boiling, the frog will boil to death because it won't notice a change. But if you have scalding hot water and you put the frog in there, it'll jump out right away. The same thing is true with us in all kinds of different situations. Whether it's a toxic relationship or it might be positive change. Maybe you're trying to lose weight and you're just not seeing the results. The whole idea, guys, is that consistency matters. Whether it's something that we're working towards, we need to continue to be consistent, because when we're in the midst of it, we might not see the progress that we're making. But people on the outside will be able to see that a whole lot more clearly. On the other side of things, if you are starting to see red flags in situations, it is important to start addressing them sooner than later. Because if you wait too long, it'll be too late and you'll be so deep into it, and it's gonna be a whole lot harder to undo and to get out of. So, thought for the day, when things are going super slow, it's hard to notice change. It's hard to notice that things are moving. So you have to be mindful, you have to be self-aware, and you have to pay attention. So yes, if you're in a situation where you're starting to see that there are red flags or things are not looking so good, I would address things sooner than later. Have a conversation, start communicating. Oftentimes it's a matter of perspective. Sometimes things get misconstrued or miscommunicated because people don't communicate and they don't share what they're feeling. It's okay to talk about feelings, and it's better to deal with things early than deal with them when it's too late and you're further down the road. That's just, yeah, try to avoid those situations. If you're making consistent progress, as long as you're doing the work, just trust the process and it'll work out. I hope you found that helpful or encouraging, and yeah, I'm gonna eat my sushi now. See you guys tomorrow. Oh, by the way, I found these rice fusion Pringles. This one is Malaysian red curry and Japanese barbecue teriyaki. They're actually pretty good. And so is this sushi. I was pleasantly surprised. Look, it's kind of tiny, but they're actually pretty good. Okay, stop watching me eat. That's weird. Bye.